About me? I was going to say something about you.
I would actually like to say that for me it's particularly meaningful to have you sitting next to both of us, because we both go back, we all three of us go back to the middle 80s, but Andy and I have met first in Harvard Kennedy School, and I will never forget when he approached me and said, "You must be European." And I said, "Why?" He said, "Well, your name tag on your satchel is hidden. You know anything about European defense industry?" Remember that? And I'm sorry that I do something, but I have to do this, and most of you all are relatively close friends of mine anyway. With this triad comes the academic father of all things, who couldn't be here, namely Dusan Sidjanski, who, again, that relates to Andy's and my interest in the European Union, who actually talked me out of joining the Austrian Foreign Service and said, "You need to make an academic career and do a PhD." And while he couldn't do it to come because of health reasons, his son took it upon, Sacha Sidjanski, to transmit quickly a personal message to us from his father. And I would like to, if you don't mind, Mr. Chairman, offer the floor quickly to Sacha Sidjanski. Sacha Sidjanski has created quite a career for himself in his own right. He did a PhD on malaria research, and is now working on one of the world's foremost institutes, the EPFL, in Lausanne, and is working in the, I would say, medical policy there.
Thank you very much. Your Highness, dear distinguished participants, dear Wolf, I'm not Dusan, but Dusan is here today with us. His fundamental dream and drive are contributing to peace. I know because I have followed and lived with him during all these years while he focuses on federalism and on global peace, and I was working on global health issues as a researcher. Who also has been by his side during the last quarter century and challenged his views and supported him all along, our dear friend Wolfgang. And for me, for us, it's a very special moment to celebrate the 10th anniversary of the LISD, and I'll convey a message from Dusan. What are the main topics for today? We are looking at 2 points. The first one is the importance to reinforce the EU governance, and the second one to strengthen the role of Europe between the Atlantic community and Eastern Europe. After the collapse of the European Constitution, the Lisbon Treaty, which contained major innovations and essential changes foreseen in the Constitution, was ratified and came into force. It aims to strengthen the efficiency of the European Union and its capacity to become a global actor. What is the change in the distribution of power? The main institutional winners are the European Council and the European Parliament. The European Council has the responsibility to define the guidelines and take major decisions in matters of high politics. On the basis of proposal from the Commission, the European Parliament and the Council adopt by codecision, in approximately 50 new cases, European laws similar to bicameral federal systems. In this way, legislative power is made more efficient, and the Council adopts the qualified majority procedure. What are the main innovations? A permanent president of the European Council has been established. His role is to facilitate the consensus within the European Council and to represent the Union at the level of heads of state and government. The second innovation, the role of the High Representative, who is the President of the Council of Foreign Ministers and Vice President of the European Commission, Baroness Ashton. Baroness Ashton has at her disposal a new European diplomatic service. How these two key positions will fit into the EU system and collaborate with the Commission and its President, that is the question. What is their running phase? Presidents Van Rompuy and Barroso have concluded a gentleman agreement and adopted the custom of having breakfast meeting every Monday. Despite their European commitment, are there some sign of potential rivalry? The creation of the task force by the European Council is the first test. In fact, the task force is an informal meeting of Ministers of Finance with the participation of the President of the European Central Bank, the President of the Eurogroup, and the Commissioner for Economic Affairs. It is headed by President Van Rompuy. Is it normal that a president of the highest authority in the Union should be in charge of a task force? Isn't it a severe deviation from the community method and a shift towards intergovernmental procedure? In comparison with international organizations, the most original feature of the Union is the role of the Commission as an independent institution, guardian of the treaty and the motor of integration. It is a key function in the practice of the community method. In Dusan's views, the task force represents a reversal towards an intergovernmental approach. Nevertheless, the presence of these three personalities representing the Commission, the ECB and the Eurogroup facilitate the consensus in the task force based on previous work done by the Commission and the ECB. All in all, the immediate de facto result was positive and endorsed by the recent European Council. At the same time, the initiative from Angela Merkel, supported by Nicolas Sarkozy, to establish a permanent crisis mechanism was adopted. As this new mechanism implies a mini-revision of the treaty, the European Council invited President Van Rompuy to consult with its member, and it approved the follow-up of the task force. Will it confirm the intergovernmental tendency? Despite this trend, it is up to the Commission to make legislative proposals to the Council and the European Parliament in order to formally transform the German initiative into European law. Procedures are being mixed, combining both community and intergovernmental methods or approaches. The acceleration of these processes is due essentially to the economic and financial crisis. The question remains of what the role will be in the future of the European Council, its President, and the European Commission. While Dusan's friend, Andy, will welcome this new way of proceeding, Dusan is suspicious of giving too much power to intergovernmental institutions in the Union. The EU is at a crossroad. European Union and in the world. The globalization and the financial crisis have already and will continue to exert strong pressure on the EU, obliging the EU to speak more with one voice. In general, this is what happened in the framework of the G20. Recently, the two presidents, Van Rompuy and Barroso, addressed a joint statement to the upcoming G20 Seoul summit, which they are attending together. As a key trading partner in the world, the EU can contribute to the solution of the world crisis by using its normative and power and its weight. The EU is the #1 contributor to the developing world, as well as to the majority of the international organizations. However, in many cases, the EU does not have the capacities to speak with one voice, with the exception of the WTO, the World Trade Organization, where the Commission represents and speaks on behalf of all the member states. In today's polycentric world, the re-emerging powers such as Russia and the emerging powers such as China, India, and Brazil represent a significant change in the global distribution of powers. Will the EU be equipped to transform its potential capacity into real power and influence? We know that with the exception of some sectors such as commerce, science, and technology trade, the EU is principally a soft and innovative power. This is less the case in relation to hard power, defense, and intervention capacity, which rely on the strength of the big member states and are not yet institutionalized at the European level. The EU tends to enhance its special partnership with Turkey as well as with Mediterranean, African, and Latin American countries. It tries to promote stable collaboration with China and India and other Asian countries. In Dusan's view, the main strategy of the EU should be to re-establish a strong Atlantic community, EU-USA, based on equal rights. A similar community built on two pillars should be created between the EU and the area around Russia and Ukraine. In this way, Europe could rely on the two communities, Atlantic and Eastern Europe, based on fundamental common values on de facto solidarity, thereby guaranteeing a better balance and a more stable peace in the world. Those were the two main topics that Dusan wanted to reinforce regarding the new era for Europe. Thank you again. Bravo and bonne suite for the LISD. Merci.